Victoria Falls in Livingstone, Zambia. Victoria Falls is a waterfall in southern Africa on the Zambezi River at the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. Victoria Falls presents a spectacular sight of awe-inspiring beauty and grandeur on the Zambezi River, forming the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. It was described by the Kololo tribe living in the area in the 1800s as Mosi-oa-Tunya, to the smoke that thunders. In more modern terms, Victoria Falls is known as the greatest curtain of falling water in the world. Columns of spray can be seen from miles away as, at the height of the rainy season, more than 500 million cubic meters of water per minute plummet over the edge, over a width of nearly 2 kilometers, into a gorge over 100 meters below. The wide, basalt cliff over which the falls thunder, transforms the Zambezi from a placid river into a ferocious torrent cutting through a series of dramatic gorges. Facing the falls is another sheer wall of basalt, rising to the same height, and capped by mist-soaked rain forest. A path along the edge of the forest provides the visitor prepared to brave the tremendous spray, with an unparalleled series of views of the falls. One special vantage point is across the Knife Edge Bridge, where visitors can have the finest view of the Eastern Cataract and the main falls, as well as the Boiling Pot, where the river turns and heads down the Batoka Gorge. Other vantage points include Livingstone Island, the Falls Bridge, Devil's Pool, and the Lookout Tree, both of which command panoramic views across the main falls. Different times of the year will provide completely different experiences of the falls region. Peak flood season is around March and April, when the full power of the falls can be experienced in all its glory. Due to the masses of spray rising from the fallen water, the full width of the falls cannot be seen on foot. The aerial view at this time is spectacular, with clouds of spray rising high into the sky. As the floods abate, the view of the falls gets better and better through the year, but at its lowest, around November and December, the falls become little rivulets running over the edge, and in some places along the 1.7 km width, no water falls at all. The delight of visiting the falls in this season is the view of the impressive cliffs that form the falls wall, and the magnitude of the abyss can be fully appreciated. Sobek and safari par excellence do trips by raft to the base of the falls in low season, called the Float of Angels. It is thought that earth movement in an earlier geological period diverted the southeasterly flowing upper Zambezi River to a general easterly direction, and so initiated the development of a waterfall in an area occupied by a massive bed of basalt which is about 305 meter thick. The basalt, through which the Zambezi runs for 209 km in the Livingstone area, is characterized by very marked joints or cracks, which may have developed as the molten lava cooled. One dominant series of joints running in an east-west direction is associated with zones of soft material within the basalt. Since the Zambezi is flowing due south in the Livingstone area, these softer materials are very easily eroded to form the great east-west gorges. Upstream retreat of the falls is due to a second major series of joints running north-south. Gradual erosion of small joints that run north-south caused the river to be concentrated into a narrow fissure, and the broad fall line was abandoned. Once this happened, it was only a question of time before the narrow gorges cut back into another transverse fracture zone of soft material. This gouging out of the soft zone again established a broad fall. This process has been repeated over many years, and the zigzag gorges represent 7 previous lines of waterfalls. The Devil's Cataract, on the Zimbabwe side, which is lower than the rest of the present falls, shows how the force of water is starting to cut back along such a line of weakness. It will probably erode its way back to another east-west joint, where a future line of the waterfall will eventually become established. Like us and join us at Extreme Collections for more fun and knowledge.